In tonight's main event, El Grande Americano and Chad Gable fight one-on-one in a number one contenders match, plus the 7-way Gift of the Gods Championship match, and Chelsea Green and Ethan Page defend the tag team titles against Rey Fénix and Dragon Lee. We're also going to have a new face arriving in the temple, and a ghost comes back to deliver a message that has been a long time coming. This is episode 16 of the revival of Lucha Underground. One gift, one ghost, one sacrifice. Last week, after Penta captured the Lucha Underground title, finally defeating Samoa Joe, Penta's brother Rey Fénix came out to congratulate him, but things turned sinister and Fénix dropped his brother before wrenching back and breaking his arm. Currently, we don't know Penta's status. Is he injured? And as for Samoa Joe, we saw some CCTV footage showing Joe backstage following his match, and a man he choked out a couple of months ago, AJ Styles, confronted him. They seemed to argue a bit, but Joe just shoved past his former rival and friend. Then AJ snatched him in a headlock. Joe delivered elbows to AJ's ribs, but AJ held on, and the big Samoan, who had just had a near 20-minute war with Penta, began to fade. AJ was angry, and he had clearly been planning this. He grabbed some kind of case that carried backstage equipment and locked Joe inside of it. Back in the ring, Angel Garza is having a heck of a run. Brilliant matches since his cousin Berto got injured, and he continued that trend here against the brilliant Dragunov. These two are dangerous men who have a massive problem with one another after Angel took Dragunov out a few weeks ago and then took his place to join Santos Escobar and Tony D'Angelo as Lucha Underground Trio champions. Dragunov was able to get some sort of revenge as he hit his H-bomb into Angel's face and won the match after a fantastic outing for both men. Dominic Mysterio was shown rehabbing his shoulder again as he gets closer to a return to the temple. He's now at 99.9% recovered, and he looked very focused here. In a disturbing scene, Dario Cueto led his monsters Mil Muertes and Matanza to the ring, and they had Antonio Cueto with them. Dario said that a true sacrifice needed to happen in the ring, and then Matanza will return to full strength. He ordered his brother to hoist their father up for Wrath of the Gods. Antonio pleaded with his son to stop, but Matanza swung him around and dropped him in the middle of the ring, sacrificing him to the gods, just like he had done to Kane and the Godfather outside of the temple. But then Matanza dropped to a knee. He couldn't stand properly, still weak, still not himself. Mil and Dario were really confused. Next up, one of our session bands, Mariachi del Infierno, appeared on our screens. They played their song for the live crowd and got them excited about the next match. And now, it was time for the Gift of the Gods Championship match, and the 7 competitors made their entrances. A fun and exciting match, which would have been somewhat of a surprise for any of the competitors to win. One would be crowned Gift of the Gods champion and be able to cash that title in for a shot at the Lucha Underground Championship. All 7 had moments and came close to winning it. The Kingo's amazing athleticism set him apart at times, but Elio Lafleur kept up too and hit some brilliant moves off the top rope. Carlito, Mike Santana and Dr. Wagner Jr. threw everyone around, using their size and power advantage well. But in the end, the match ended in chaos. All 7 fighters hit their finishing moves, and Carlito even had Lola Vice dead to rights in the ring following a backstabber. But he took his eyes off Mike Santana, who delivered a brilliant spin-the-block discus lariat, fell into the cover, exhausted but victorious. After the match, chaos. Dario Cueto returned with Mil Muertes and Matanza, and they rolled Elio Lafleur into the ring, ready for another sacrifice to the gods. Lola Vice tried to get involved, but Mike Santana held her back on the outside of the ring and told her not to get involved and get hurt. She tried to wriggle free until Aerostar came to stand nearby. And as Lola struggled, Aerostar explained that this has happened in every timeline. They can't stop it. Elio Lafleur will be sacrificed to the gods. But then something that happened that surprised everyone, including Aerostar. Of all people, Carlito slid into the ring and shoved Elio Lafleur out of it. He told Matanza to take him as the kid Lafleur had his whole career ahead of him. Matanza nodded and sacrificed Carlito with his Wrath of the Gods finisher. Everyone was in shock that Carlito did that, but the real shock is yet to come because Matanza looked like he was back. A reminder next that following the result of the next match for the Lucha Underground Tag Team titles, we're going to see a triple threat next week featuring whoever the champs are, Los Americanos and the Creed Brothers. But for now, Chelsea Green and Ethan Page defend against Rey Fénix and Dragon Lee. And it was another excellent match on a packed show. Ethan and Chelsea have defended the gold admirably, but they were arguably up against the two best high flyers in the company here. Rey Fénix wore darker gear for this one, and his eyes had almost a red flicker to them at times. He was still distant and not himself. And he was not on the apron at crucial times for a crucial tag that Dragon Lee really needed. In the end, Ethan Page picked up his 6th successive win when he hit the Ego's Edge on Dragon Lee. Rey Fénix could have broken up the pin, but didn't. Fénix then walked to the back. No explanations tonight. No explanations about his attack on his brother Penta. What is going on with Fénix? Instead, we got really strange entrance music. Ethan Page and Chelsea Green celebrated another successful defense, but they didn't see behind them the word Pope appeared on the screen. And then a man that no WWE fan ever thought they would see again arrived. The Pope, D'Angelo De Niro. He pulled out a microphone and addressed who he calls the congregation. He said that Chelsea Green and Ethan Page have been great champions, but they have never met a tag team like the one that he represents. And soon, the temple will be shaken to the very core by the most dominant duo in the world of wrestling. Backstage, Mil Muertes was visited by Katrina. She came to him in spirit form and told him that Aerostar is right. She can't come back. She is gone. Mil dropped to a knee, looking sad, but Katrina told him that it was okay because he is strong and he can go on without her. She also told him that he must stop Dario Cueto and Matanza. In the ring, we got the number one contendership match for the Lucha Underground title, and with that belt being held by a man who is currently out with a broken arm, this was a huge opportunity for both men. El Grande Americano and Chad Gable are no stranger to one another, but Gable's attitude has shifted dramatically since losing his Americano mask. He is now more violent and plays to the crowd far less. He seems to take everything more seriously, including this match. El Grande was always in this one and showed his strength and size advantage at times before being caught in an ankle lock. The masked fan favourite fought for a while, but he was unable to escape Gable's grip. In his office at the end of the show, El Jefe the Undertaker came to us and said that the temple needs a king. Penta is injured, Samoa Joe is missing, so next week Mike Santana is putting his Gift of the Gods championship up for a shot at the Lucha Underground title. And since the status of that title is uncertain and Chad Gable is the number one contender, next week's main event for the vacant Lucha Underground title will see Mike Santana take on Chad Gable one-on-one. He then wished everyone a happy May 19th and solemnly raised a glass to his brother Kane before picking up his phone, making a call, and getting a voicemail. He left a voicemail message for AJ Styles. So, quick question, let me know in the comments. A lot happened in this episode. What was your favourite scene or match from this one? And join me next time where we're hoping for a calmer episode. However, we are going to see Mike Santana versus Chad Gable for the vacant Lucha Underground title. Plus, Dominic Mysterio returns to the temple following rehabbing his shoulder injury. And we'll see all the fallout from Carlito's sacrifice and the return to full power of Matanza. Thanks for watching. Now make sure to like, comment and subscribe for free so you don't miss an episode. It would be great to hear from you.